Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be and nOOB here today fighting on Polypoid. It's one heck of a replay. It's going to be long, it's going to be super macro, and it's an RJB replay, so thank him by going to youtube.com/@RJB_TV and letting him know by leaving him a subscription or a comment. Bottom left here is going to be our Zerg player. It's And in the top left, it's nOOB. Both of these players have very similar resumes when it comes to the StarCraft Brood War professional scene. They're both pretty good at major tournaments. They've got some successes there. When it comes to premier tournaments, though, they're not quite there. I think nOOB qualified for an ASL, ended up finishing like 15th or 16th or something, which is incredibly good. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, not as good as a lot of the players that we will be casting on the channel, but that's okay. You can get elite StarCraft from someone who's the 16th best player in the world. Come on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, Terry the Overlord scouting out. Not going to find any Protoss down that way. And Probe scouting top right. PD here. Not going to find anything up there either. So both players choosing poorly. But overruling it here. Just to be safe is nOOB is like, what do I gotta do here, man? nOOB is a StarCraft 2 player from America. Anyway, what do we do? We're gonna, you know what? Safety says if you don't know what the Zerg player is up to, you make a forge. So guess what you do? You throw down a forge and you say, well, I would have liked to go Nexus first against a hatch first, but I don't know what the Zerg is up to. So hey. Overlord gonna poke. Oh, might have caught a glimpse of that probe. Maybe this this drone scouting. What's up? Sees this probe, says, I still don't know what's going on there, but we're gonna expand. My pool's done. I'm fine. I'm not getting cannon rushed. There's not a zealot coming to kill me already, so let's expand. And that's what the read was there. So excellent job there by whom. Sees no expansion yet. Sees no gateway. Says, great. That's all I needed to know. Thanks, bye. Alright, third bases for Zergs on this map, generally going to be here. Sometimes we see them here, though, just because it's nice ramps you can defend with Sunkens and Lurkers and stuff, and against Protoss, that's real nice. Sunkens and Lurker defenses, especially against Protoss, right? Terran can just kind of tank their way through that, but Protoss is like, hate that stuff. And if you missed it earlier this week, we had a Bisu versus Jaedong match that was killer. Absolutely killer. So check that out. It posted on Tuesday, I think, earlier this week. So hope it's what you're into. Hope it's what you're wanting. Oh, but this is a Patreon game. I forgot. So it posted on January 23rd. If you want a Bisu versus Jaedong game, I have to scroll back a little bit on my channel to find it. If you're watching this on YouTube in, you know, February 2024 or later, then hit that like button, man. Subscribe. Watch the older stuff. Check out some of my playlists. I've got playlists for Bisu, Jaedong, Flash, Queen. I think, did we make one for Royal? I think we made one for Royal after he won an ASL. Legends, right? Legends of the past and the present. Boxer's got his own playlist. Anywho. Third base coming in here. And I guess I should say officially, this is a Patreon cast. For those of you who support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Appreciate your support. And if you're watching this the week of January the 25th, I do feel your love and appreciation, and I love you right back. So patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for as little as $1 US a month. Alright, what's the play? What's the play here? Stargate, nice. What's the play over here? Lair, cool. Metabolic boost, We got all the good stuff. Probe says third base, nice. Not some 2-base Hydra bust. Could definitely be a 3-base Hydra bust, though. Not wrong about that. Stargate warping in. Citadel of Adun warping in as well. And a Spire. Are we surprised by this? No. He could have skipped Spire, but based on the timing, it was Spire. Based on the timing that he spent his gas on his lair, that's what it was. I don't know what all these lings are for. Are they trying to, like, check it out? I mean, what are we looking at here? These lings are just kind of poking, prodding, being here, being there. Corsair hunting for overlords to find. Oh, double teaming this poor overlord. Supply block. Yes. Oh, is there another overlord died too while I wasn't even watching? Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. But look, Noob's not doing anything crazy here, man. He's getting +1 for his Corsairs. He's working on Zealot legs. Ooh, I think Scourge just wiped out a Corsair. A little bit careless there from Noob. That's not how you win ASLs. Macro hatches are how you win ASLs, though, and that's what our guy, is working on here. I like it. I'm on board. So third base here. I didn't even mention this as a potential third base location, but you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with it. I still think Zerg would love to have gas for their third, but the proximity and ease of defense that space has compared to this one is just a little bit better. So decided to go for that here today instead. Templar Archives in production. As they do. And here come the Zealots. How are they going to get this? Well, they're going to chase down Hydras. The Sim City is good at the third base. The Sim City is good at the natural base. And they're like, well, we forced out some Sim City. We forced the Zerg player to think hard about where he put his buildings. That's a win for us, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Zealot's trying to poke into this third. We see you don't actually have any Sunkens. So if your army's out of position and they're not behind this wall, they're actually not doing anything, and this is very vulnerable, but is too smart for that. He's using Scourge to keep an eye on these Zealots. It's like a free scan, man. They're fast, too. That is the nice thing about Scourge. I complain about them, but, you know, their speed is awesome. And that's what matters here. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the StarCraft. This has been a pretty standard ZVP thus far. I'm trying to see production tab telling us anything that's weird that's happening at all. Like, we're making 5 DTs at once. Nope. Good Overlord Scout here from though. Man, this is crazy. I don't know who's going to come out on top here. Again, they both have similar resumes. They're both pretty similar at skill level. It's another supply block on is a bad, bad time. Really, really terrible. But this SimCity here is good. I like it. A little bit of symmetry here. Well, it's not quite symmetry because there's a cannon there, but unless your OCD is really bad, this shouldn't bother you too much, I guess. Yep, drone coming down to take a 4th base at the 6 o'clock position, and Storm is done. So at this point, Noob feels like, wow, he can take a 3rd base because Storm is done, and he can be prepared and defend against anything the Zerg throws at him. However, this is a lot of Ling Hydra. The Hydras have +1 attack. The Lings, I'm guessing, are 0/0 because they are. But dude, oh my gosh, forcing a cancel on this base would be humongous. Corsair ball, big-ish. There are 4 of them. They got +1 attack. They're scouting around. They're like, hey, what's up, dude? Do you have a queen's nest or a hive yet? No, neither of those things. Great. Peace. See you later. Oh, man. This is so vulnerable. There's nothing defending this. Why are you coming home? Just have some Hydras come home. You don't need all of your Hydras to come home for 4 Corsairs. He really wants to catch these Hydras out, man. Like, a lot. He's not going to. Unless you can get down here. Maybe you can trap them in. This is an amazing Corsair trap that is... Oh, these guys abandoned their post. Okay, well, Corsairs got out of there. So your attempt to kill those Corsairs sucks. Send somebody to check this base. The Corsairs check this base. All right, well, Zealots are here. They got their +1/+1 upgrades. Hydras are here. They got their +1 attack. No armor. Just mass Hydra. The Corsairs are like, the Hydras are busy. Yes, take down an Overlord. Excellent. We traded a Corsair out for that. Not exactly what you want. Ooh, are the Hydras going to check this base? They are. They checked it, but now they're too late. If they'd showed up earlier, there might have been enough DPS here to actually snipe down that Nexus, especially if it was low on HP itself. But they forced a cancel on a cannon and killed a probe. So doing the best with what you have is pretty much all we can ask of StarCraft players and really people in general too, right? Right. Queen's Nest coming in 7 Overlords at a time to fix the problem of him being constantly supply blocked. Hey, look. Another Overlord's gonna die. And by that I mean he's totally saved. Totally got saved. All right, man. So we're 3-basing it here for nOOB. On the other side of the street, more gateways being added up. Added onto the pile. We got Sunkens just to deal with some kind of a giant Zealot Dragoon Archon ball that's going to try to kill us. Lurkers and Sunkens are the answers to all of life's problems. If you're dying to that kind of stuff as a Zerg player, do what Hum is doing today. Sunkens, Lurkers, do you have to sacrifice drones to do this? You absolutely do. Hydras, we're more of a scouting party, they said. We're not really intended to kill much over here unless it's like 1 Dragoon or something. So we're just going to fall back, get to the high ground, as they all say. High ground is where it's at. Man, coming up a ramp into Lurkers. The Lurker spread is very good too. But maybe this is gonna work. I don't know. He's not really, he's kind of just probing right now. He's killing as many Lurkers as he can. Try not to lose. Oh, he lost the High Templar though. That was a little bit sloppy, and I think that extra storm was unnecessary. Yeah, he's like, hey, you come down here and you fight me. I'm storming your Lurkers to death. How about you do something about it, big boy? And no, says Hum. I guess I'm not really doing anything about it, but nOOB's like, well, all right. Adrenal's coming in. Game Changer, Adrenal, and the Defiler Mound on the way too. We've already got the game-changing Storm out for nOOB. Is he going to go for Reavers? Honestly, sure seems like that's probably something that's going to happen. Yeah, this is this is a no-fly zone, man. Oh, and the Obs got sniped out too. Really? You're just coming in here with Lurker spines and everything? All right, nOOB decides he's going for it. These Sunkens must die. These Lurkers, sure, we'll just storm them. We know where these spines are coming from. We have eyes in our heads. Once again, forced to pull out. Lurkers are like, oh yeah? Are you going to pull out? Storm, storm, storm. My gosh, the storms are effective even without Obs. That is a great... That was great storming, honestly. I thought nOOB was in a lot more trouble than that, but he knew. He knew he was cool. Everything's totally fine. Consume on the way, shield upgrades, and a shuttle. Also, in that production tab of 4th base, high ground, minerals, left side, fairly vulnerable to Zerg attack, but that's why the army is sitting in between it. again, just massive engagement here. Storms coming down. We're gonna see, I don't know, 800 storms in this game. Seems like a fair estimate. Seriously, we're gonna see so many storms today. You're gonna think there's a hurricane outside your house. Or a typhoon. I think people in the southern hemisphere call hurricanes typhoons. I think I had that conversation with somebody once. We saw it on the internets. Anyway, Zealots are like, no base here, cool. No base here, rad. So we're 4 base to 4 base. Oh, and he's expanded up here instead. I'm expanding left side. He's just not taking this bottom right corner at all. And I don't know why. I don't understand why not. Adrenolings with +1 carapace. No, that's not going to work. Dark Swarm makes your Dragoons kind of paperweights, guy. Man, send the Zealots in, sure. Send the Storms in. I guess the Ranger is back here to soak up damage and get attacked by Adrenalings when they come down the ramp and start shooting at your face. And by shooting, I mean biting or hitting you with their weird claw hand things they have coming out of their heads. One of the things I don't like about the remaster is that it's given us some insight into exactly how Zergling biology is designed. And I don't think I like it. Was that a drop attempt? I think a shuttle, maybe an OBS came down here and got sniped. There was something here and it disappeared. So I'm pretty sure that was a shuttle that swung down here. But there were no drones to kill right now anyway. Whatever. Adrenalings. Are there enough Zealots to buy time for the army to come up and save the day here? Man, great Zealot positioning here. Seriously great Zealot positioning. Wow. I thought nOOB was going to lose everything. How about not even close, Falcon? How about that? Great storm. Of course it's a great storm. This doesn't have to be Bisu or snow or rain for this to be a great storm. Great storms, you learn it early on in your life when you're a young Brood War player. You learn how good storm is and you figure out where to toss them down and when and how to target them, and then it works. It just works out. Plague. Yeah, that was a plague setup. Defiler gets a plague off and escapes with his life, too. More consume, more consume. Second plague. Yep. He's like, all these lings are going to die anyway. Let's just plague up as much of this gateway army as we can. I mean, plaguing Reavers is also pretty good, I guess. And Archons technically come from gateways, so I guess calling it a gateway army is a bit of a misnomer. Oops. So yeah, this base, man. 5 bases for nOOB. Dude, Hum is in trouble. Yes, he's very happy on 5 bases himself. But if your opponent Protoss is casually on 5-2, you're both maxed out, you both have similar income, how do you expect to be cost efficient enough to win this game? I don't see it. I do not see a path forward here. Another robotics coming in here. 4 Dark Templar at a time being produced. Remember when I was like 5 DTs at a time would be weird? We're at the stage of the game where 5 DTs at a time is not that weird. We've got Scarabs being produced for the Reavers. We are trying to win battles against Adrenalings, but don't quite have the numbers for it. Well, they're going to start the fight, maybe. Okay, they were already previously injured enough. That did not work out. nOOB getting chased away. DTs for Dark Archons? Or are they DTs? I feel like maybe they're Dark Archons. Let's watch that production tab together. It is 2 Dark Archons. Hooray! Plague up. Plague up. Double Plague Defiler dies, but got 2 plagues off and is a happy camper. Top right base warping in from nOOB as well. Okay. Reaver High Templar Cannon defending this 4th base. It is... I'm not going to say it's impossible to take down. It's going to be one heck of a fight to take down with the high ground ramp here, too, if you're Zerg. Just throwing that out. Another plague. Another plague. The Plague-oo is numerous and destructive. These units are so much weaker as they try to assault this 3rd base of Hum. That said, they're doing a pretty good job. They're a great storm on some of those drones. That hatchery, nope. We're abandoning ship. Dark Swarm is up here. Adrenalings are fighting us. That Zealot trying to keep this High Templar alive, and they do. But, yeah, that one too. That one also survives. That's some good micro by nOOB, keeping those dudes alive. What are you doing? You're coming up here with just lings? Is there a Defiler you'd like to bring to this party? Guys? No? Okay, we're just hanging out, I guess. Maybe if a base tries to be taken here, they're in the neighborhood to shut it down. I guess that maybe that's the intent, but... Okay, so, double expanding bottom right corner. Whom decided, you know what, there's nowhere else for me to go. Oh, no, these lings just accomplish absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, so he's double expanding where he can. This base is going to be a big deal. Nice plague again, sirs and madams who are watching. Holy smokes, we're getting an Arbiter Tribunal. What? What is happening? Arbiter Tribunal in a PvZ. I think, man, I feel like we've had nOOB do this to us before. Anyway, I'm trying to remember the other times we've seen Stasis be thrown down on Zergs, and I feel like nOOB's been involved in the last time I saw that. So, Snipe, Lurkers, Hydras, Lings, men, Holy Triumvirate, in and among themselves, fighting as whom takes the other base he can, and this is the other base he can. I don't think taking any other bases is really going to work out for him. This one seems pretty impossible. Maybe you can try to kill this and expand over this way, but I don't know. I don't know. But this is a lot of red, man. It's a lot of Zerg. And map control generally belongs to whom. It's not awesome. nOOB's doing a good job being out on the map, keeping an eye on where this army is, and engaging with the army as necessary. Another great plague. A bunch of these zealots were not previously plagued, and a bunch of them are going to die before the plague even finishes plaguing them. Another plague! Okay, so this is just storms and plagues being thrown back at each other. Like a snowball fight. Except, people are dying. I guess you could kill somebody with a snowball, but it's not a very frequent thing. 3 Reavers protecting this base. This army is a little bit scary, but 3 Reavers with High Templar support. This Protoss army is toast. That Archon's dead. These Dragoons can't handle this many Hydras if they've been plagued especially. Look at all that red. High Templar are coming in to turn the balance, as they always do. Storm hitting. And the Storm making the deal. Whoa, what is this? Lurker drop, top right. Lurkers, get out of cannon range. I know you're doing a million things right now. Oh, they got a Dragoon? Okay, well, they did their jobs, I guess. 42 probes to 57 drones remaining. Drops. Where do I talk about drops? In like every cast I ever do. Drops are good. Okay, great. That's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming. Let's see if whom's going to take this base. I think he needs to. If he's going to win this game, I think he needs to take this. And then I think nOOB's going to take this. I think he needs to take this as well if he's going to win. And then it comes down to fighting, right? Fighting for bases in particular. Can you kill bases? Can you protect your bases? Can you economically stay ahead of where you need to be, or be where you need to be at a very bare minimum to win this game? For Zerg, it's outspending because Storm is so good. Although with the amount of plague today, this is a Maelstrom, right? Have you seen Maelstrom get researched yet? Yes, we did. All right, fair enough. That's our thumbnail. That is our thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and feedback on the Defilers. Killer sick moves here. Man, why don't we see more Dark Archons in this matchup? They're just good. I've never been like, well, that Dark Archon is a complete waste of resources. I guess maybe if a Dark Archon was produced and then a bunch like 10 Mutas came in and sniped it immediately, sure. But if it's allowed to get its upgrades, and it's allowed to stay alive long enough to get enough energy to do things, it's good. It really is. Trying to bust in here, but Zealot Archon versus Ling and Storm. No. Nice plague counterattack there from but that's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's a defended base if ever I saw one of those. Yeah, bad trades. This is why needs more income than nOOB does in a nutshell. This is it. This is really it. My gosh, these plagues. I mean, you trade it, right? You trade out the hiders and the lings if you can plague this many zealots. That greatly reduces them as a threat vector for the rest of the game, for the rest of their lives. They're not recovering that HP. So Whom is taking the right side 3 o'clock base. Resaturation at the top right is happening from nOOB. Another attempt just to kind of face mash his way up here. Zealots are getting popped, man, and I don't think nOOB cares. He'd rather they die so he can make new ones. God, these Reaver connections, though. This is dealt with largely. Lurkers and Lings on the Reavers. No other support for the Reavers. They're not exactly solo acts. Oh, they are not solo acts. Yeah. Yeah. I am Lord. Yeah. Dude, Whom is just flooding here, everybody. This is looking bad for nOOB. For all the Zerg Swarm that's been thrown up here, this might be the one. My gosh, those Archons, though. Getting some work done. But Nexus is dead. And these are not Plague Zealots. These are healthy Zealots. They're much harder to deal with. And nOOB at least reclaims the high ground for his own. This position, this is good. If Whom can prevent nOOB from having this base at all, that'd be insanely positive for him. It's 57 to 42 workers. Zerg player is up big time on a worker count. Doesn't quite have the magical 65 number. Another crazy plague. It's tough, right? It's tough to be like, stop getting plagued so much. But also, you kind of want to say, stop being plagued so much. Look at them. Not even citizens arrest. Just arresting that DT until the detection showed up. That's a great move. It's a really great move. Are we recalling down here? I guess we're recalling. Okay! We got a recall down in the bottom right base. With a Dark Archon in the mix, Dragoon Zealots. This base, there's no Nidus to reinforce it. Does he have any Niduses? I don't know that Whom is invested in Niduses today. And I bet he's wishing that he had right now. Oh, Zealots kind of... Okay, invisible Archons and Zealots do really well against Lings. Pro tip. Stay inside the Arbiter cloaking field. There we go. Maybe don't go down there. Plague feedback, though. Oh, Consume in there, too. Archon has 3 kills. Those have got to be feedbacks, right? And just wipes out this bottom right corner. Every hatch. Main hatch, macro hatch is down. Drone's down, too. It's 56 workers from Whom. A counterattack attempt is trying to sort of happen here from Whom coming up the right side, but he still has to worry about this incredibly plagued, incredibly scary Protoss army that's inside his bottom right corner that he needs to win this game. If he's going to win, he needs that corner to be on his side. It can't be empty. It can't be owned by the Protoss. It needs to be his. Man, some of these Zealots aren't actually plagued. Look at him hiding these guys. Oh, and nOOB's like, I can get up this ramp. And Whom says, no, you can't. Terribly sorry to be the one to tell you this, but... Oh, death animation. Ready to go. Just the instant explosion evaporation always makes me laugh with the Dark Archons. Cool death animation, bro. Alright, well, we're mining out because we're 30 minutes into the game, and that's what happens with your first 3 or 4 bases when that occurs. Although, Zergs undersaturate their bases, and so this 3rd base still exists, and this 4th base still exists, and this 5th base still exists, and on the other side, Protoss, 3 bases mined out, and he's mining from 2, and he's never actually retaken this one, which I think is a problem. Great Storm, great Reaver connections. Yeah, man, trying to swing in from the south here, too. Trying to get up that ramp. another recall? It is! It's just another recall into this bottom right. Are you kidding me? Forcing a cancel on the retake on the hatchery? Dude, noob, you absolute monster. Who needs a new fourth base? Oh, Arbiter sniped by Scourge, storming. Didn't really catch much. Good storm on the Scourge, though. That's really useful. It's a really useful engine. Which reminds me of Thomas the Tank Engine, which reminds me of Bullet Train. What's that movie called? Trying to hold the top of the ramp. Yeah, Bullet Train. Bullet Train's great. I recommend Bullet Train. Really fun. It's got a Thomas the Tank Engine subplot to it, kind of, too. Apparently. Yeah, man. You keep sending up this ramp, and we'll just keep taking your stuff. Reaver trying to get a Scarab down here. Kind of, there we go. The Hydras are a problem. But the Reaver's... Oh, it was burrowed. Does he have oh, he has an obs. It doesn't matter. Dude, noob holding this high ground. It's like that meme with the high aristocrat dude looking down upon the peasants. Oh, sure. Plague my Archons. I mean, again, plaguing the Reavers is actually a big friggin' deal. Just trying to kill a Lurker Egg with this. This position is so hilarious. And Reaver survives. Scarab's not sure what to do, so explodes on nothing. Pretty classic for a Reaver Scarab to do that. 172 to 188 supply. Noob is up. He's hanging on to this base. Good attack up on this right side. Once again, it's Lurker Sunken. Trying to get up this ramp with Storm is not going to be enough. Not against these Sunkens, without a doubt. Nice Storm on the Scourge, though. And these little guys. It's a 22 kill, 23 kill Archon. He's dead. Oh, wait. He's not dead. He's alive. We're going to keep this Archon on the screen for a minute. Ah, I got kill stealed by somebody. I don't know who. This is him just gradually clearing. Oh, God. Ow. Alright, well, Archon dead now. Swinging down the middle here. Big attack from Noob. Trying to break through just hordes of Hydras and Lings. 3-3 upgrades on these Hydras. 3-3-3 for the Protoss ground units. Oh, and another Storm. 19 kill High Templar. He must be executed for his crimes. And just hold it. Hold the position against the oncoming horde. Archons trying to do their best against Hydras. They don't trade particularly well. 164 to 161 supply. It's close. It is really close. But if Hum can reestablish that bottom right base, I think he's in a pretty good position. Man, it's got to be worth retaking this. It is. It's totally worth retaking this base. Noob just hasn't really wanted to do that for some reason. Storm it up. Call these Reavers. I mean, these drone transfers, very brave. The plagues. The Reavers trying to hold on. The Swarm continuing to rise in here. Okay. nOOB's in here to wipe out a base that provides no value at all for him except as a high ground position. So that's something. Now more Zerg is coming in. Can nOOB hold? This battle has been raging. Raging for a while now. God, Reaver finally goes down to Lurkers, which is not ever anything you want to see as a Protoss player. And it's 134 to 107 supply in favor of nOOB. So he's gotten some good trades there. He didn't actually finish wiping out this base, which is hilarious. Actually, I lied. The value being provided by this base is larva. And these other hatcheries. Larva. Look at this High Templar just casually defending himself. Ah, he didn't have enough HP to pull that off. Tragically. Okay, we're at 36 minutes. We're still raging right now. The war is ongoing. Nobody's maxed out, which is a good thing to see at 36 minutes, because it means this has been a bloodbath. Shuttles on the way. Again, I'm not sure if that's more shuttles. I think it might be more shuttles by way of what's being produced here by nOOB. nOOB sprinkling down. Man, the Arbiter providing cloak here is good, except there's an Overlord just sitting right in the middle of all of this chaos. Okay, he's gonna get a hatch here. I like it. nOOB gonna take down a hatch, force fully back on drones. It's only 55 drones, but only 46 probes. The army was just not good enough. The previous win over here for nOOB was enough that he could run it. Right, desperately trying to get down here. Another plague, first plague in a while. That might be enough for him to kind of turn the tide here, because he's down 30 supply. This bottom right corner's in a lot of trouble, which is why he's burrowing these Lurkers in right on top of all of these units and hoping the Lurker spines can get it done. Oh, beautiful storms. You can take down a single Sunken, right? Maybe if you don't let the Sunken get 3 hits off. Oh, right, or that happens. He's worried about more Zerg coming in. Another plague on the Reavers. They get picked up and then unloaded and then killed. The Scourge were here to force the unload from that shuttle. Shuttle runs and then just accepts its own death. 4-kill Archon, no detection available. A Lurker's gonna defend this bottom right corner. I cannot believe this. This is definitely a DEFCON 1 replay. 38 minutes in. We're staring at the face of a 122 to 137 supply battle. Map is getting mined out, and it's a 4-player map, so you know it's serious. Might actually take down this hatch. You want to take down this hatch? Again, it's providing larva. See how these hydras are coming from here? Evolution Chamber might actually be a total waste at this point. Unless you want to build some spores. Oh, this is kind of a running over, isn't it? nOOB crushing through here the natural base. Losing all this tech would be disastrous. Jumping on top of these Lurker eggs, forcing cancels on the Lurker eggs. 50 supply advantage here from nOOB. He's going to get another hatch. The Hydra Den going down would be huge. That's such a big part of what Hum is trying to do here is Hydras. Okay, and he's retaking his 4th base here at 39 minutes, which is hilarious. Oh, yeah. Natural hatch down. Counterattack. Counterattack. Go! Send the Adrenalings, send the Cracklings in, bring the Lurkers, do all that you can, because I think our main base is a lost cause. You know how good Niduses would be in this game? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That hurts immensely. Oh, 3 Archons dead. Without popping, without accomplishing anything at all. Fire sniped. Evolution chamber down. Defiler mound down. What's he replaced? He's replaced the Hydra Den and the spawning pool, but he doesn't have a lair. He's knocked back down to tier 1.5 tech. All he can make right now are lings and hydras and lurkers, which is pretty good actually. Oh, look at this. Look at this playing with fire. He's betting that High Templar doesn't have any storm. He's chasing the toss away from this position. Not even worried about these probes. He's like, I'm just going to wipe out this Nexus. How's that sound? And then a Hydra wanders. Oh, man. What? Hydras and Lings? The absolute speed with which these Hydras and Lings are finding themselves in different positions, and the Protoss not quite able to cover all of these spots. This is great multitasking out of him. He's just lost his main and his natural and his, whatever this base is, a 7th base maybe. Who knows? But he's putting the pressure on nOOB so hard. 144 to 98 supply still here from the Protoss player. That's army value. He's down 10 workers to the Zerg player. I think this might be nOOB's game to win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm staring at it. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to determine if this is what we're talking about. Gets a nice Reaver drop over here. And by that I mean nothing dies. Okay, well, he tried. He tried a nice Reaver drop. It would have been fantastic if Scarab AI wasn't horrible. There's actually a whole video about that RJB linked in the Brood War channel on the Discord server a couple weeks ago that talks about why Reavers are garbage. And the answer is it comes to do with how the game sets up different zones for where stuff can happen in relation to what your units are doing. Anyway, if you want a link to it, let me know. Ask me for it in the comments and I'll give it to you. Okay, so 150 to 110 supply. It's better income. Well, yeah, it's 2 bases mining for the Zerg and 1 base mining for the Protoss, and barely so. I guess if we count, yes, that base and this base together, that's 1 base mining. So the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for nOOB. Dude, buddy, you can't pull back here. You can't turtle on this base. You're at an economic disadvantage. You're way up on army value. And you've got tier 3 stuff that just doesn't exist right now. There are no defilers. There are no defilers. And I don't see him actually deciding to go for a lair. So he's really far away from defilers. Tries to kill an Archon. Storm says no. Archon also says no. Oh, this DT. Brave, brave, brave DT. Sent out. And, oh, lurkers tear him to pieces. It's a tragic, tragic end for Dan, the Dark Templar down there. Ling's trying to find something. Is nOOB gonna pull this off? Is nOOB gonna pull this off? Lurker, no. Oh my gosh, he's got a defiler from somewhere. Oh, that's massive. He gets 2 Dark Swarms up. Where did that come from? And a plague down to this defiler. MVP of the match if hum wins this thing. Absolute, unequivocal MVP of the match. Reaver connection. Reaver connection. Storm connections. Storm and Reaver connection. Lurkers dying. Hydra's dying. Leaving the safety of the Dark Swarm was a bad choice. Hydra flank attack on the backside, though. Trying to jump in here and catch units where they're not shooting. Oh, they sniped the Reaver, and then they fall back. They did try to kill a Dragoon there, too, and they didn't quite get him. What is in these Overlords? Nothing. I expect there to be something in these Overlords. Oh, a Lurker does actually burrow in here. Stop all mining at this base, which was big for nOOB. The mining at this base was huge. Okay, Lurker gets wiped out. Probes can come back. It wasn't that much lost mining time. It's not that big of a deal. Lings make sure this base doesn't exist. It doesn't. These High Templar have enough Storm to defend themselves against this group of Lings. So I think they should maybe be left alone, especially with the Zealot protection they've got there too. 142 to 115 supply. Taking a breath. nOOB falling back, defending. That base is mined out. This base is effectively mined out. This base is up. Okay, lurker drops, setting up. Man, oh, and it's only a 10 supply difference. The 2 bases mining here are good. Oh, High Templar catch! Oh, he kills himself too. Easling try to get something done. No, definitely not. In a direct engagement here right now, I think nOOB wins. Is that Defiler still alive? Is he hiding out in an Overlord somewhere? If I was him, I'd be hiding out in an Overlord somewhere. Got more HP that way, anyway. I don't know if the Defiler is alive. And certainly there's no attempt to get back up to Defiler mounted by Hum. Oh my gosh. Oh no! The lurker drop! Obliterating these probes at this base. I don't know if nOOB is paying attention. He loses every probe at the newest source of income that exists right now. Okay, maybe don't find a, maybe don't lose these lurkers from, all right, that sucked. Dude, from a sick killer Gosu maneuver to absolutely losing that Overlord for no reason. The setup and the surround. Okay, that timing was terrible, but maybe we go for it. Maybe we go for the, we go for the 3-way surround. Coming in from all angles. Surrounds are good. nOOB's army does manage to slip the trap, though. Getting out of it. Losing probably more than he'd like to, but not losing everything. Reinforcing units coming in from the top side. Putting in some work there, yes. Hydras. Oh, and Adrenalings inside your probe line. 1 Dragoon was not enough to save them. 17 probes remain. Not that there's a ton of money left on the map to take, even if you had more probes, but taking the lead here is Hum. A lot of that is drones, though. The drone number is big. nOOB's army supply is big. Dude, this Nexus is gonna die. The Nexus is gonna die. You have to charge up here and save this. I don't know if we can. There's too many lurkers, man, and the Nexus falls. Okay, that's it for income for nOOB. That's it for income for nOOB. He's going. He's making a last march of the Protoss here. Archons, Zealots. These lurkers are getting terrible damage in. They're not taking direct hits. They're finally being targeted. But the Lings flanking from the top side. Archons on the bottom side. Hydra's taking out an Archon. These guys are putting in serious work. But no, the army value dwindling. Production is happening for the Zerg. It is not happening for the Protoss. Hum has lost his main base. Hum has nothing left, man. He's got barely any income at all, and I think he's going to pull it off because he's done such a great job denying the income of nOOB, and when you have money and your opponent doesn't, that's when you feel good about yourself. Because this is it. This 1 mineral patch is all that is left for nOOB's income. He's trying to pull out of here, regroup, do his best. These Zealots are all in varying shades of rainbow colors. I'm looking at the game state. I'm looking at these numbers, and the army value is just too much. It's too much from Hum here. nOOB has done his best, but sometimes you can kill 1,000 Zerg units, and it's just not enough. Yeah, Archons with full upgrades are mean buggers, but at the end of the day, there's just that much Zerg and that much damage output and the ability to replace units as they die terribly. nOOB doesn't want to leave this game. nOOB doesn't have to leave this game if he doesn't want to. Is he out of detection? Might be out of detection. He has enough money to build detection if he wants. Ooh, okay. Alright, Storm on these lurker eggs is fun. Oh, he's got her High Templar, though, which is actually sort of hilarious. Draw them into the cannons. Draw them into the cannons. Storm connecting beautifully. And that's your GG. Noob taps out and is your winner in 50 minutes and 29 seconds. Incredible. Incredible ZVP. It wasn't the map was mined out and nobody had any money kind of a ZVP. That's like epic style ZVP. But this was, there's not a lot going on economically for the Zerg here. 200 minerals, 28 minerals, 4 minerals, and 84 minerals. That's it. These patches have 120. So the mining out is very soon coming for the Zerg. Oh, I forgot about these ones too. 36 and 372. All right, so more money on the map than I thought. He could probably also expand here if needed and probably take this base too if there's just a turtle situation that's going on. So yeah, if the map's not mined out and it comes down to something like this, it's not quite as epic, but man, crazy epic stuff here. Just the Zerg swarm at its best. Plagues, dark swarms, infinite lurkers and hiders and lings, and this kind of thing just makes it look like Zerg is unstoppable and unconquerable. In any way, so my goodness. That was just such a good DEF CON 1 ZVP. Thanks again, RJB, for sending it in. The storms were there. The reavers were there. I don't know that Noob made any major errors here. I think more recalls would have been good. I think if he could have fully denied this space for longer, it would have been better for him in the long run. But yeah, just Hum's macro today was something to behold, and his micro was great. And spellcasting was insane. 352 to 354 APM for these players. They're right next to each other when it comes to that. 487,000 points to 486,000 points. Insanely close. Hum takes the lead there. Almost 2,000 Zerg units produced today. 1,931. Crazy amount of Zerg units, man. So let's see. 19 to 5. 19 to 5 kill death ratio. That's like a 15 to, no. How do you do math here? 19 divided by 5. Is that going to help me at all? I don't know. I'm going to sit here and do it anyway because, I don't know. Do you guys have somewhere else to be? 19. Calculator up. 19. Is that how this works even? So like a 4-to-1 kill death ratio. I guess we can kind of maybe 5-to-1 kill death ratio. Closer to a 5-to-1, but not quite. And then it's a 4-to-1 kill death ratio over here on the side of Noob. So that's it. 5-to-1 outproduced, 4-to-1 outkilled. Bam, there's your math. Pretty good cost efficiency, man. 100 buildings constructed today is a big number. 31 to 10 buildings raised by the Protoss player. If the Protoss outkills Zerg buildings by 31 to 10, you'd think that'd be a win for the Protoss, and it almost was. And then outspending Noob today was Hum by about 20,000 resources or so. Right around there, give or take. Again, not insanely good, but good. It's a good measure. Good number to be up. So that was great. That was really fun, really good. And also, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered, and an incredible ZVP. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.